Fellas, we can do better than that. It's almost 1,000 people here. Good morning. That's more like it. My name is Emmanuel Armstrong, and I serve as chair for the planning committee for the African American Achievement Conference. This is our 4th year doing this, and you all should see the sight that I see as I look out and I see young princes who will one day be kings. A question was asked one time, what happened if the prince lives? Then the prince lives to one day become king. Today, as young men, you're kings in training. There are men that are here that are kings in their own aspect. In the great continent of Africa, there were many kings that could exist simultaneously. I am a king, you are a king, and today you're surrounded as kings. The theme for this year is challenges, choices, and change. We all have challenges. Every single day, we make choices. You all made a choice just to be here today, and we commend you. And we also know that sometimes in our lives, we have to make changes, right? And hopefully we make changes for the better. Today is not a one-day event. Let today spark your tomorrow, all right? Let today spark your tomorrow. I think every brother in here has challenges, choices, and we all aspire to change to become better. Let today be the first day that you do so. Also, for the men who are here today as volunteers, facilitators, and future mentors, right? This is not a one-time event. And to the young brothers, every man that's here will give you their cell phone number or some way to get in contact with you. You do not have to do this walk by yourself, right? At one point in our lives, we were all teenagers, and we all are standing on the shoulders of men that have got us to this point to be in front of you today. A couple of housekeeping things. We're going to bring up a few people that represent the organizations that were very influential on putting this event on. And then we'll have one of our brothers come up with a brother talk, and we're going to transition. I'll be helping you guys out as far as moving throughout the event, throughout the day. One thing I do want to say before I give it over to Dr. Pink, I just want you guys to do a simple chant with me. And we have a lot of athletes in the house, and so I know that our voices can carry. And on the count of 3, I just want us to say as loud as we can, we are kings. Okay? You got it? All right, let's try it out. We are kings on 3. 1, 2, 3. Where's that bass at? Y'all got some bass? I want to hear that bass. On 3, we are kings. 1, 2, 3. A lot better. Coming to the stage is a very influential person in the history of Grand Rapids. He serves as the first African-American male president of Grand Rapids Community College. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Bill Pink.
Good morning. Come on now, good morning. I need all of you to stand up. I need everybody to stand up. Because I know this morning, we got to hit the ground running, men. We got to hit the ground running. I know this morning, first of all, let me be nice and say, welcome to GRCC. I am glad you are here. So my welcome is done. Now I need to talk to you a little bit. I know this morning that there are people in this room that are so happy to see each and every one of you here. I am one of those people. We are so happy to see you here this morning. But I know that every time that I have opportunity to talk to young men and women, I know that probably around 60 to 70% of those young men and women will actually engage and listen and think, what am I going to get out of this? And I also know that about 20 to 30% might not. Because those 20 to 30%, they may just kind of sit or stand and think, yeah, okay, well, just got to get this over with. So I'm talking to all of you this morning, but I really want to focus on that 60 to 70% of you who are engaged this morning in what's going to happen. Because you are going to be the men today that I believe will hear something, do something, or say something that's going to help you get down the road successful as a young man. I know that Because the people that we have talking to you today will, in fact, give you some really good tools. But the question will be, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? I'm going to come back to that question here in just a second. But here's what I need you to do. Because I have faith that you men can do anything you set your mind to do. Because one day when I was in middle school and high school, I did not know, I wasn't sure if I could one day become a college president. I wasn't sure about that. But as I had different people in my life that told me, you know what? This is something you can pull off. If you want to do it, you can become that, Pink. And sure enough, with the grace of God, here I am. And so for you, you've got to believe that you can as well. That not only can you, but you are a man who is capable. You are, so I am, and you can, I can. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to ask you to say as loud as you can, I am, and I can. We're going to get there. I just need this side of the room to say it. I am? No. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. But then it makes me wonder, do you believe it? Do you believe that you can and that you are? So let me try again. I am and I can. Let me try this side of the room. Not bad. Not bad, brothers. Not bad. But convince me and convince yourself that you are and that you can. Let me hear you. I am. I can. All of you together. I am. I can. I am. I can. Shake the hands of the brother next to you and then have a seat. I am so happy to have you at GRCC today. On the back of your shirts, you have those 3 words. You have those words, challenges, changes, choices. What those 3 words remind me of, men, several years ago, it was quite a few years ago, when I was blessed enough to play college basketball. As a college basketball player, in every situation, I would ask myself the question, Pink, what are you going to do? Whenever I was in the game and coach had me as a starter, and whenever there was another guy who came into the game that I knew I was going to have to guard, I'd ask myself, what are you going to do? Because I had to think about how I was going to guard him compared to the last guy I guarded. And I had to also think about, if he's going to guard me, how am I going to score on him? I had to always ask myself the question, what are you going to do? But then I found out that as I finished college basketball and as I got into working, as I got into moving toward this great job that I've been blessed with, I also started thinking every day, Pink, what are you going to do? Because when I get hit with things that happen on this campus where I have to make a big decision, and all the things that happen, they look to the president and they say, Dr. Pink, what are we going to do about this? I ask myself the question, Pink, what are you going to do? Men, that's the question I want you to ask yourself all day today. When you hear the different men who will speak words into your life today, ask yourself the question, what do I do with that? What am I going to do about it? Because what you will find is that that's going to be one of the most important questions of your life that you will ask and that you need to ask every day. Unfortunately, if you're not asking yourself that question, I'm not so sure how successful you're going to be. Because you always need to ask that question. That's why this changes, challenges, choices, that's what that's about. What are you going to do? When you have someone who challenges you, when you have someone, I don't care if it's on a basketball court, in a classroom, or just at home, it doesn't matter. When you have a challenge, when you see something coming at you that you know it's gonna matter, it will matter what decision you make sure you ask yourself that question. So what am I gonna do about this? And when you get into these sessions today, and you have these men who speak to you about different things about this thing called life, with whatever they give you, whatever they tell you, you make sure you ask yourself, now what's this going to mean for me? What do I do about this? Because men, without that question, without you constantly asking yourself that question, each and every day that God blesses you to be on this earth, without that question, it's hard for you to really come to the place where you find the success that you want to have, the success that you're looking for, and the success that you are capable of. But if you don't believe it, if you don't believe that you are and that you can, then that question becomes that much more important. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You men are so blessed this morning and this afternoon because you have men around this room and men in these classrooms who are truly concerned about you. We are concerned about you, so much so that we take a day where we have thousands of you in this place on this great campus to speak truth to you and to share time with you. Take advantage of this day. You're going to see men who do incredible things in this community. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Ask us. So how'd you get there? How'd you do that? How did you go about, when this happened, what did you do? Ask us questions. Take advantage of this day. Ask the questions that you have never asked before. The questions that you have been scared to ask because, oh, I'll sound foolish. Ask the question. Because every one of us will answer you today. We will answer you. I am so happy you are on my campus today. I want one day to see every last one of you. I'm selfish this way. I want to see every last one of you back on this campus. Books in your hand, student at Grand Rapids Community College, getting your college degree. Getting your college degree. One more time, stand up. Stand up, one more time, and then I'm done. All together, I am, I can. I am, I can. God bless you. Sit down. Thank you very much.
Let's get up, fellas. Stand back up. Come on. Y'all look like y'all just dying on us this morning. Come on. Give the brothers next to you some love, man. Show the brothers next to you some love. Dap it up with them. Come on. Come on, make some noise. We got Kentwood in the house today. Yeah, we got Grand Rapids in the house. Well, y'all need to act like it. Wyoming in the house. Godwin, you here? All right, fellas, good morning. Good morning. Go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down. Hey, my name is Larry Johnson. I am the Chief of Staff and the Public Safety Director for the Grand Rapids Schools, Grand Rapids Public Schools. Just want to welcome you this morning on behalf of our superintendent. The African American Male Conference is a spinoff of a program we started about 5 years ago called Grade School to Grad School. And we just believe in our young men, and we want to put our arms around you and just embrace you from the time you enter your school district to the time you graduate from college, university, trade schools, whatever your career path may be. This is an important gathering of African American males in this community on this day. This, I believe, is the largest gathering of African American males in West Michigan outside of an athletic event. And you should be proud of yourself to be here. Absolutely, give it up. Give it up. I wish when I was growing up on the southwest side of Detroit that they had activities like this. I wish when my young son was going through Kentwood High School that they had events like this. Because although he grew up in a house with a father, it is so important that you understand the resources of the men in this room. So if you are a volunteer, a man in this room, stand up and be recognized right now, our volunteers that's putting this program on. Stand up, look around, fellas. These are the guys that love you. They want to embrace you. They want to put their arms around you. They want to take care of you. And so you make sure that as you go throughout the day that you get an opportunity to grab their phone call, or grab their phone numbers, get their addresses, find out where they work, stay in contact with them. This cannot be a one-day event. We've got to pour and embrace you throughout your academic challenges here in the city of Grand Rapids, city of Kentwood, and in West Michigan. I know there's a poem that I just love from my college days called Invictus. And I know there's a lot of Greeks in the house today, and they probably know the same poem called Invictus. Out of the night that covered me black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, we have not wrenched or cried aloud. Under the bloodings of chance, our head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tear looms up the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years find and shall find us unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charred the punish of the scroll. We are the captains of our faith, the master of our souls. Brothers, be the masters of your soul. Take advantage of this day. We are all available for you, not just today, but for the rest of your lives. So thank you for being here this morning. We want to thank our superintendent, Teresa Weatherall Neal, who is retiring at the end of this year, but I just got off the phone with her, and her commitment is to this program, will be to this program. Whomever replaces her, their commitment will be to this program to make sure that we continue to bring our students from Grand Rapids Public Schools to this program. So we love you guys. We want to embrace you. Enjoy what's going on today. I want to bring up to the stage next a friend of ours, Bobby Joe Springer, a graduate of the Grand Rapids Public Schools from Grand Valley State University. Give it up to Bobby Springer.
Thank you. I'm going to be very, very quick today, but just want to share with you how important Grand Valley feels that this event takes place. Pathways to College started about 1.5 years ago, and I am the new director. And my job every day is to work with high school and middle school students. So I go across West Michigan, and I work with students just like yourself to try to help you find your pathway, in particular to Grand Valley, but wherever you want to go. When I stand and when I look at you, I'm no better than anybody in this room. But there's a couple things growing up. You got to make good choices, and you got to work hard. If you do that, one day you can be on this stage. All the big brothers in here today, no better than you. We've been in your struggle. We had to make choices, and we had to work hard. Raise your hand if you've been on Grand Valley's campus before. If you have not, please get in contact with me, because I want to expose Grand Valley to you. That's my job. I want you to have the same opportunities that I had. There's 3 things that I want to share with you. If we do our job today, when you go home, you should have a lot on your mind. And 3 things that I want to leave you with is, number 1, it's never too late to turn around and go in the right direction. Because some of us are headed in the wrong direction, but it's never too late to turn around and go in the right direction. That's number 1. Number 2, and Dr. Pink touched on this, you have to believe in yourself. Throughout my life, there was a lot of doubters, a lot of people who didn't think I could be here, but I had belief in myself. Number 2, and finally, every day we have to do better than the day before. So every day you get up, look at yesterday, but we got to do better today. And if you do that over months, over years, I guarantee you, you'll be great. Have a great time today. Take advantage of this opportunity, and I wish all of you much success. Thank you. Joe. Here you go, Joe.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, thank you. At this time, if you are serving as a facilitator, Dave's waving his hand in the back. If you can see Dave Selman, and he'll escort you across to Cook Hall. So at this time, all of our facilitators, we want you guys to find Dave Selman right in the back. We'll get you guys across so you can be able to receive the young men in about 20 minutes. Diavondre, if you're in here, please report to the stage. Diavondre, to the stage.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Joe Jones. I serve as the president and CEO of the Urban League of West Michigan. I also serve as a city commissioner here in Grand Rapids, and this is one of my favorite days of the year. I've had the opportunity to stand on this stage for the last 4 years and to look out into a crowd and see a bunch of my sons. And there's nothing quite like looking out into Ford Fieldhouse and seeing you here, because as I say every single year, and I feel the need to remind you on this year, today is all about you. I'm gonna say that again. Today is all about you. In fact, do me a favor. Take your thumb, do like this, and point to yourself. It's about you today. It's about taking the opportunity to remind each and every one of you of your potential greatness. It's just that simple. It's about the opportunity to let you know that regardless of what others have told you, you matter. You have significant value. Perhaps you will go through life, perhaps you've gone through life where people have lied to you. Maybe someone has told you in your life that you ain't worth fill in the blank. I'm here to tell you that your value is significant. And as I do every single year, just like I tell you that today is about you, I also want to collectively as black men in this community, I want to apologize to you, our sons, for any ways in which we have let you down in the past, for not being as present as we should be, as we need to be. And I want you to know that the team that has helped to put this together, it's a significantly large team. And our goal is simple. We're trying to develop this into something that goes beyond just one day. Beyond one day. Because we need to be able to see you more. We need to be in your schools. We need to come to where you are. But most importantly, we need to position ourselves to hear from you. Because not only do you matter, but your voice matters. And so on today, it's okay to feel real good about the fact that this is about you. Everything that we've planned, every detail, everything has to do with what's best for you. And so we are extremely happy, we're elated, we're excited that we get a chance to spend the day with YOU. And as I've said before, I'll say it again, you and I, we may not share the same DNA, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I see each and every one of you as my son. You're my son. Some of y'all might snicker, might laugh, that's cool. But I believe that as soon as more of us men see you and treat you like our sons, the better the things will get. And so we have a responsibility, but part of this has to do with your ability to let us know what you need. Because as my son, I have a responsibility to the best of my ability to provide for you. And that's what we want to do. And this is our way. This is the beginning of that. We want to keep it going. Because again, your value is significant. And so before I leave this stage, I want to introduce the next two folks who are going to be coming up. One is a brother by the name of Diavondre Jones, who owns a wonderful company called Danspire. He's got a little something he wants to show you. And then after him, you're going to hear a wonderful brother, dear friend of mine by the name of Rondo Cooper, who serves as a social emotional consultant for Grand Rapids Public Schools. Rondo's a wonderful, dear brother who, again, like me, sees you as his sons. But before I do that, PJ, can you give me a little something? I need you all to stand up. I need you, if you can, please stand up. And I simply need you to follow the directions of the song. Now, look, for some of the older cats who are here, be careful, because I ain't got time to be taking you to Butterworth Hospital. But for all the young cats, I need you to jump, 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 jump. Come on. I need you to jump around, jump around, jump around, jump. Come on, jump, 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 jump. Come on, jump around. Come on, come on, come on. I need your blood flowing. Jump around, jump around. I want you to pretend that you're at the basketball game, the football game, at somebody's concert. Come on now, jump around. I don't need you still. I need to see your head up in the air. Jump, 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 jump. All right, where you at? Jump around, jump around. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm guessing you ain't got no rhythm, is that what it is? Jump around, jump around. Come on. God bless y'all, thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go ahead and cue the video. Give me some volume. Turn it up.
And I'm in the now, and it don't take no x-ray to see right through my smile. I know I'll be on the go, and it ain't no drink out there that can numb my soul. Oh no, and all we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is break the chains off, man. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is break the chains off. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free. Can you tell me why? Every time I step outside, I see my niggas die. Oh, I'm letting you know that it ain't no gun they make that can kill my soul. Oh no. Say, all we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is break the chains off. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free.
So now it's like the officer's pulling him inside the car. He's trying to pull away. And at no time the officer said that he was going to do anything until he pulled out his weapon. His weapon was drawn, and he said, "I'll shoot you," or "I'm going to shoot." And in the same moment, the first shot went off. And we looked at him. He was shot, and there was blood coming from him. And we took off running.
Are we all alone, fighting on our own? Please give me a chance. I don't wanna dance. Something's got me down. I will stand my ground. Don't just stand around. Don't just stand around.
And as we took off running, I ducked and hid for my life because I was fearing for my life. And I hid by the first car that I saw. My friend, he kept running, and he told me to keep running because he feared for me too. So weapon was drawn. Now, he didn't see any weapon drawn at him or anything like that, us going for no weapon. His weapon was already drawn when he got out the car. He shot again, and once my friend felt that shot, he turned around and he put his hands in the earth, and he started to get down, but the officer still approached with his weapon drawn, and he fired several more shots, and my friend died.
All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is break the chains off. Yeah. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is break the chains off. Yeah. All we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free.
Give me a round of applause. Yes, sir. All right, love you, bro. No, you will not be next. That's what he's asking. Am I gonna be next? Nah, bruh. You ain't next. That's what you here for. Make no mistake about it. Dr. Pink, Brother Johnson, everybody has tried to say to you that this whole experience is about you. You understand what I'm saying to you? This whole thing is about you today. Brothers, I said it last time and I'm gonna say it again. You brothers are here on purpose, for a purpose. Look around right now. There's a lot of people who probably not here, right? That's okay. You here on purpose, for a purpose. On purpose, for a purpose. Here's what I want to see. Because we had everybody kind of talking and stuff like that, everybody kind of getting hyped. And so I definitely want to see if this side of the room is more hyped than that side of the room. Right? So I need a volunteer for this side of the room. I need a volunteer to get everybody hyped. Come on, bro. Come on. One. I need a volunteer from this side of the room. Come on, bro. Come on. Real quick. Hurry up, because we don't got that much time. Come on. Come up here. Come up here with me. All right. Real quick. We're gonna see. What's your name, bro? McCoy. Give me a round of applause. Let's hear it. I don't know. What's your name, bro?
Clayton.
Give me a round of applause. Okay. All right. We're gonna see who got it. So now, this is what we're gonna do. Last time I did this was a couple years ago, and it was all right. The crowd was kind of hyped and stuff. But we're going to see right now again, though. But they're going to lead it. Because they're going to say, this thing's about, and y'all going to say us, and not about them. This thing's about us, and not about them. This thing's about, and not about. This thing's about, and not about. So, but I hope that they are like real hyped, for real. Because I'm like ballistic with it. This thing's about. That was whack. Hold on. Nope. This thing's about and not about. That was all right. I think y'all ready now, though, right? This thing's about and not about. Okay, so now we're going to see. Now, because we brothers up in here, I need y'all to come from down below when you saying this thing. I need you to, with it, right? So if you got to stand up, I see everybody sitting down, but if you got to stand up and get hyped, whatever, get hyped. But I really want to see y'all get hyped with this thing, and we're going to see.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You want to give them a warm-up first?
A warm-up?
A warm-up? Oh,
we don't need warm-ups.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. Over here. Yeah, y'all. Hey, this thing's about and not about. This thing's about and not about. This thing's about and not about.
All right. Whatever. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? You know what? You know what? Y'all don't believe nothing until we put something on it. I'm putting $2 on it. $2. $2. $2. $2. $2. All right, real quick. You ready, bro? You need to warm up, or y'all hyped over there? I mean, y'all sitting down. They was sitting down. Y'all ain't standing up or nothing. Y'all.
Hey, stand up. I'm gonna get pumped. Let's go. This thing's about and not about. This thing's about and not about. This thing's about and not about. This thing's about and not about.
All right. You know what? Who got that? Us. Hold on 1 second. Who got that? Did they get there? All right. You know what? Because these are my guys. You know what? Both of y'all get $2 then. Both of y'all get $2. Listen. What? Y'all got some more? Come on. So now, right, they got y'all. They gonna share it with y'all. So I want them to do it with all y'all together. Real quick. Come on over here. All y'all together. So get hyped, man, because y'all, look, we on camera, man. We on camera. So get hyped, man. We on camera. Your girl gonna see you. Look. Your girl gonna see you. Get hyped.
Yeah, your girl gonna see you.
All right.
Your girl gonna see you. Hey, y'all. This thing's about and not about. 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 This thing's about us and not about them. This thing's about us and not about them. This thing's about and not about. This thing's about us and not about them.
All right, go ahead, sit down. All right. Okay, so real quick, man. Right? Either you played sports, you didn't play sports. I was talking to Brother Brown one time, Brother Rodney Brown, and he hit me to something. He said, man, this thing is about us and not about them. This thing is about a huddle. A huddle. A huddle, brothers. This is our huddle. Right now, where we're supposed to get our play together so we can move forward. Challenges, choices, change. When you move over here, I need you to be really open. This is a safe place to be open about the challenges you've dealt with, the choices you've had to make, and the change that you've undergone. Because all of us are dealing with that. You brothers are about to be in our feet in the next, standing right here, the next phase, right? So we need y'all, man. So yes, this thing is about us and not about them. We're not gonna blame nobody else for our bad grades. We're not gonna blame nobody else for what's happened at my house. We're not gonna blame nobody else, right? All of us got our stories, but right now, it's about how you overcoming your challenges, your choices, and your change. So now we gotta move. We about to move to this next piece. Y'all still with me? Aye. Right. So this brother right here, my brother from another mother, Emmanuel, he's coming up here to let y'all know this next phase. And we're gonna have to listen. I need y'all to listen because we're gonna move quickly, for real. Love y'all, for real, bros, for real. All right.
In your facilitated discussion, I'm holding up a certificate. I'll wait.
Okay, we got to shut the magic mirror down, please. Students, come to your seats, please.
In your facilitated discussion, you guys received a certificate.
Hey guys,
This is a pledge of commitment. We found a few of these on the floor, right? So we know that these commitments mean a lot more to you than putting them on the floor. These are yours to keep. There's one brother, I won't say the name, but number one on this brother's list was success in high school. And as a person who works with guidance counselors, success in high school means earning enough credit to graduate, to go on, to have the opportunity to participate in a post-secondary option. Helping others, that's powerful. Helping others. And then thirdly is finding a great career. So take these to heart, take them, put them in your rooms, put them someplace that you can see and you can reference every day. One last thing is that the men in here represent career pathways that at some point you all may want to go into. I didn't talk about it earlier, but we have neurosurgeons here. We have architects here. We have black scuba divers here. You're going to hear from this brother a little later. I didn't even know they exist, and to find sunken slave ships. You're going to hear from that. We have architects. We have entrepreneurs. We have deputy superintendents. We have teachers. We have family men. We have some men who are coming out of a system, re-engaging in the community as we know it, right? And so the next person that I want to bring up is a very special person to the city of Grand Rapids, and he is serving us as the first African-American city manager, Dr. Mark Washington.
Good afternoon. Come on, brothers. Good afternoon. That's it. That's it. Well, I'm certainly excited to be here on this afternoon. It is the most encouraging meeting that I've had since I have been in Grand Rapids to see this kind of gathering of men. You know, scriptures say how good and pleasant it is for men to dwell together in unity, and I want to place emphasis on young black men dwelling together in unity with elders and mentors. And this is so refreshing to see the narrative differently. We're not gathering at a sporting event. We're gathering, which is okay, but we're gathering at a place where we come to build each other up and refresh. I want to thank all the organizers of this event. There are 4 sponsors that I'm proud to recognize: the Urban League, GRPS, GRCC, and Grand Valley State University. But I want to pledge that next year there will be a 5th sponsor, and I would want to ensure that the city of Grand Rapids is a sponsor of this event next year. That's my pledge, and that's my commitment. I'm thankful for the leadership, for Bobby Springer and Commissioner Jones. Is he here? I have to acknowledge him. Not only is he the organizer of the event, but he's also my boss. Thank you, sir. I'm thankful. Larry Johnson and Bill Pink. I'm city manager of Grand Rapids, and for those of you who don't understand, our city is organized in terms of having an elected body of commissioners. We have 7 people who is elected in the mayor. And then they defer the day-to-day responsibility to a chief executive officer to oversee all city services, parks, and the police department, and fire department, the water department, and taxes and income taxes. And all of those municipal services are managed day-to-day by me. And so we have about 1,500 employees and about a $500 million budget. And as you heard, I have the privilege of serving as the first African-American city manager in Grand Rapids. However, what gives me courage is that I won't be the last. And that somewhere in this room, there is somebody who's on the right path to become the next African-American city manager here in Grand Rapids or beyond. Somewhere in this room, there is a successor to me down the road that will look back on history and remember this moment, that they may be the next city manager, they may be the deputy city mayor, may be the next chief financial officer, or the next Chief General Counsel for the city, but we'll be here and remember this moment. And it will only happen if you make the right choices. That's why I'm so encouraged by the theme today, recognizing the challenges, choices, and making changes in your life to make sure that one day you will be sharing your experiences, your wisdom, your encouragement to the next generation that's following you. When I had a chance to sit in one of the sessions, and one of the young men raised his hand, and we were talking just about life, and I was explaining, you know, my road to where I am, and certainly it wasn't an easy road. I was raised by my mother, and my father is we often only saw him. He'd been at every level of incarceration, county, state, and federal, and I remember spending holidays in jail visiting him, but it was by the grace of God and by good parenting and friends, neighbors, community that allowed me to look at life differently. But we were talking, and the young man said in the class today, raised up his hand, and he said, I have a question. It was more of a statement. And he said, nobody owes you anything. Matter of fact, he says, nobody owes you nothing. And I said, you're exactly right. You're not owed anything, but if you are a responsible person, you owe others a lot. You owe it to your family, you owe it to the people who love you here, you owe it to yourself to make sure that you make the right choices. You make the changes that are necessary, and you owe it to the people who will come back before you. You owe it to our ancestors who paid the price, gave their life to make sure that we have the opportunities they have now. I owe it. I owe it to Lyman Parks. I owe it. I owe it to some of the first who preceded me. And so it is with that I want to close my remarks. I was asked to be brief, and I can go on all day. But I know that we have other things we needed to do. But I want to encourage you to continue to stay engaged, stay positive, and look at this as an investment. I didn't have such an investment growing up. And I can't tell you how fortunate you are by having a place like this. And let me also commend you. I go to banquets about this size at the Amway Grand Hotel, and you wouldn't believe how non-professional some people act, and this is, you are acting like we are at corporate training today. Give yourselves a big hand. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I would just echo that, Bobby, as you make your way to the stage. I would just echo that. There are over 1,100 young men, high school age, in this space right now. Absolutely, clap it up. So we're going to dispel the myth that we don't know how to act, that we can't get together, that a fight breaks out. This is our 4th year doing it, and it keeps getting larger, and we never have one issue, not one. So my message will be, let today spark tomorrow, right? Bobby?
I have the opportunity to introduce our speaker, keynote speaker, Dr. Robert L. Stevenson, Jr. I could give you the 4-page introduction, but I won't do that. That consists of teaching experience, research, academic experience, pastoral experience, courses taught, community service, honors, awards, publications, presentations, but I'm going to give you a smaller version. Raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 2 brothers, 2 sisters, Dr. Rick is the oldest. After high school, he attended Penn State University and Lincoln University. All of his brothers and sisters all graduated from historical black colleges and universities, HBCUs. Later, he moved to Pasadena, California, and he completed 2 advanced degrees in biblical studies and theology and a doctorate of divinity in African American church history. Dr. Rick moved to Grand Rapids in 2001, and that's when I got a chance to meet him. He moved here because he came to work with Bethel Pentecostal Church under the leadership of the late Bishop Abney. Dr. Rick was a part of the MLK celebration, and we brought in a number of speakers throughout the years, and one in particular in 2003 was Dick Gregory. Raise your hand if you ever heard of Dick Gregory. For everyone who has not heard of Dick Gregory, your first assignment is to go back and look up Dick Gregory, and the next time you see myself or Dr. Rick, you need to tell us what you found out about Dick Gregory. Incredible individual, historian as well as a comedian. Matter of fact, he presented on this stage in 2003. Dr. Rick has been the senior pastor of City Hope Ministries in Grand Rapids, the church that's on Jefferson and Burton. And just one note about the church. I had a chance to go to his church one day, and afterwards, I went into his office, and I got a chance to see his library. The public library and the bookstore library are probably the only libraries that are better than Dr. Rick's. I hope you hear me on that one. And we're not far away from the Grand Rapids Public Library. He has an incredible library. He has 30 years of full-time ministry. He recently graduated from Michigan State University with his PhD in African American and American Studies, African Studies. Dr. Rick is a lifelong learner. He's an adjunct professor at Grand Valley State University. He is married to his lovely wife, Victoria Stevenson, who is here today. And I want to leave you with this one. I left him a message where I called and I got his voicemail on his phone. And this is what I heard. Sorry I can't pick up the phone. I'm either in the library or I'm underwater scuba diving. I bring to the stage my colleague, my friend, my brother, Dr. Rick Stevenson.
Come on, won't you join me and give Brother Springer one more round of applause? Thank you. I want to begin by saying that everything that I've ever accomplished in my life is because of my relationship with God. And so, no matter where you are spiritually, that is a foundational point that you need to begin to pursue one way or the other. So what I'd like to do today is I want to give a presentation, and then I want to open the floor up for about 15 minutes for Q&A. So, according to the Charles Hamilton Houston Institute of Race and Injustice at Harvard University, in the United States, the African-American boy faces a 1 in 3 risk of being incarcerated during his lifetime. Is that because we're more criminal than others? Of course not. But we have to understand that we are part of a system that is designed to keep black men and black people in general oppressed. For tens of thousands of young people, childhood can consist of the pipeline to prison. And why is that? Is it because we're worse than anyone else? No. Oftentimes, it's because of the role of education in our communities, and we have to do better at educating ourselves. Well, so what is the dilemma? The dilemma is this. Historically speaking, black males have always been the target of white supremacy, social oppression, and violence. That's nothing new. As a matter of course, Trumpism, a term I use as a synonym for white male heteronormativity, has fueled and reignited the smoldering embers of racism and white supremacy and white fragility to the extent that the FBI and the Southern Poverty Law Center reported that hate crimes have risen over 17% in the past 2 years. Hate crimes against blacks, hate crimes against browns, hate crimes against Jews. And why is that? It's because of this thing called white male heteronormativity. So what does that mean? It means this, that this country was designed to function under the leadership of white masculinity. That's why when we think of the presidency, we think of a white man. When we go to a doctor's office, we think of a white man. We think of someone who owns the football team. We think of a white man. And because of that kind of normativity, the assumption is that other people can't do it. Some of you may remember that there was a time when black men could not be quarterbacks. There was a newscaster out of Las Vegas who actually lost his job because he said that black men were not smart enough to be quarterbacks. And so we have to understand what this idea of white male heteronormativity means. It means this. First of all, if you're not white, you can't be at the top. Secondly, it means if you're not male, you can't be at the top. And thirdly, it means if you're not heterosexual, you can't be at the top. That is the guidelines that this country is built on. That's one of the reasons I would argue, based on the research and the evidence, that Hillary Clinton did not win the vote. It wasn't simply because we didn't vote for her. They were not going from a black man to a white woman when, in fact, the first 43 presidents were white men. And you have to understand that this country functions on the idea that if you're going to be great, you have to be white and you have to be male. However, you have to understand how the U.S. views black men, and it is essential to understand the problem. So what's the problem? People who support this notion of white male heteronormativity believe that there are only two genders, male and female. In our communities, we have more than two genders. Whether we want to admit to it or not, we do have gay men in our communities, and they can still be successful. We have trans men in our community, and they can still be successful. We have to understand that we are a different group, and we've got to be what God created us to be. Thus, a black man, we must train ourselves to think differently, to respect each other differently, and supply the needs that we need to be successful differently. In other words, Malcolm X says this: you cannot send your kids to a school that's controlled by white people, that is managed by white people, and expect them to train our kids properly. We as black men have to take the responsibility to train our sons and to train our daughters. And you as sons have to respect us to be your trainers. You have to get to a place where you understand that when we get tough, it's not because we don't like you. It's not because we don't love you. It's because we want you to be the best, because we have already navigated the waters that you're about to navigate. So how do we go to this idea of protecting our sons? Frederick Douglass says this: it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. In other words, we got to get you early. We have to start training you when you're 5 and 6 years old. I have two sons. My oldest son is Robert Louis Stevenson Jr. He's named, I'm junior. The third, named after me. And my youngest son is Corey Amu Malik. And when he was younger, I taught him that people could not call him boy. Even though it might have been a compliment, he's a cute little boy. I always taught him this: when someone says to you, you're a cute little boy, you say to them, I'm sorry, but my daddy said I'm a man in training. Because I wanted him to understand as he was growing up, it was my responsibility to train him to be a man, and his responsibility was to follow in my footsteps so that he would understand what it meant to be a man. So, one of the primary contributors to the downfall of black men is a disparate educational system. What do I mean by that? I mean that the educational system in America is not designed to train black men to be successful. Dr. Jawanza Kajufu wrote a series of books entitled The Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. And in his book, he argued that by the time a young black male gets to the 4th or the 5th grade, he has been turned off from education by his teachers, especially if his teachers are white and female. Primarily because as you begin to grow, as you get taller, as your voice gets deeper, as you become more inquisitive, you become a threat. They become fearful of you. Why? Because back in the 1800s, black maleness was criminalized. And so when people see us, what they see is a criminal. When I'm not in a suit and tie and the sun's out, guns out, I'm on my motorcycle, I have my arms out, I don't look like a PhD. What they see is a criminal. And you have to understand that. But that doesn't mean you cannot be successful. We have to be bilingual. We have to be able to function in more than one world. And so we have to understand that the educational system in America is passable, but we need some help. We need men who can stand up and understand that you are young, you are gifted, and you are black. W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the first African-American to earn a PhD from Harvard, wrote a document called The Talented Tenth. And Du Bois argued that within every race of people, there are 10 people or 10% that rise to the top. You are that talented 10th. You are the ones who have the opportunity to rise to the top. But watch this. Once you rise to the top, you have to understand that that acceleration requires you to come back into the community. If you have, or you are working on a doctorate degree, stand up. If you have a master's degree, stand up. Bachelor's degree. Associate's degree. If you got a job. If you're looking for a job. You praying for a job. Now look around this room. There is nothing that you can ask that you don't have access to. You've got doctors, you've got lawyers, you've got scientists, you've got everything you need in this room to be successful. Give yourself a hand. You are actually in the midst of greatness right now. You look to your left and to your right, there are men who have understood and learned how to navigate this system. So then, how do we start? First of all, you have to understand what it means to persevere. Perseverance is not an option. Perseverance is a fundamental attribute of success. Perseverance is a self-motivated tenacity to remain steadfast on a successful course of action, even when you face difficulties, obstacles, and discouragement. Perseverance is the absence of mediocrity. No one wants to be second. No one trains to be second. If you can't be the best that you can be, then what's the point? Do you realize that when you were born, when God created you, that he broke the mold? There is nobody on the planet like you. There's no one who is your height, no one who thinks like you, no one who can do what you do. And therefore, you have to understand at a very early age that you are special, that you are different, and that's okay. As a matter of fact, one of the things you'll discover when you begin to walk in that difference is that the very people who love you are some of the very people who dislike you. They will love you because you study. and you read and you work hard. And they will dislike you because you study and you read and you work hard. When I first started skiing back in the 1970s, a lot of my friends said to me, so why are you doing that white man sport? There are no white men sports. There are sports that we don't have access to. When I started scuba diving in 1971, so why are you doing that white man sport? There are no white man sports. There are sports that we don't have access to. As a matter of fact, most of the sports that I started back in the 70s, now they're large organizations. There's an organization called the Brotherhood of Black Skiers. Over 20,000 men and women who are skiers. I belong to an organization called the National Association of Black Scuba Divers. There's about 15,000 of us all over the country. So what is it? It's exposure. It's access. Now, mediocrity, however, is unacceptable. Who wants to be number 2? Who wants to be number 3? We should all want to be number 1. And when you do the best that you can be, you will realize, first of all, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There's no one like you. And one of the things that you will learn as you grow older, and as you become more mature, and you have more success, that you don't worry about what other people think. Because other people will bring you down because they're lazy. They'll bring you down because they're fearful of what other people will say. But you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is no one like you, so stop trying to be like somebody else. Be the best that you can be for your own self. Because at the end of the day, you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm the best, whatever your name is, to yourself. When I end my day, I go through my list of accomplishments and the things I should have done better. And one of the things I try to do is remind myself that there's only one Rick Stevenson, and God didn't make a mistake when he made me. So how do you do this? Well, you created a vision board. When I was about 25 years old, I began to decide what I wanted to do with my life. And I started putting goals on paper. The first goal was to be married. My mother and father have been married for 68 years. And I've always admired the way my father loved my mother. And I wanted to be in love like that. I wanted to have that kind of companionship. My dad is 90 now, my mother is 86. And I talk to them every day because I appreciate how they helped me grow to be the man that I am. My wife is here. Would you say that, baby? Victoria? The love of my life is right here. The second thing is I've always wanted to be a teacher. I learned early on in my life that anything I learned, I could teach. And so I never applied for jobs that didn't include teaching or the possibility of teaching. Every job I've ever had, even when I started at the bottom, I eventually worked up to the top where I was either a trainer or a teacher in that process. The third thing is I always wanted to build my own motorcycle. So about 10 years ago, I put my money aside, prayed about it, I met a guy who did it, and I built a motorcycle. I always wanted to be underwater, and so I like diving. Matter of fact, it's safer in the water because nobody's texting and driving at the same time. I've always liked flying. So when I turned 50 years old, I took flying lessons. And I started learning how to navigate an airplane because that's something I wanted to do. But I had to plan for it. I had to research it. I didn't spend a lot of time texting and on Instagram. I spent time in the library. When I was in graduate school, I read 1 book per week per class. So if I took 2 classes, I read 2 books a week. That means in 16 weeks, I read 32 books. So what does that mean? It means sometimes you can't play. It means you can't go out and hang out with the boys. Sometimes you can't go play tennis. But when you get that stuff in your brain, when your mind begins to expand, no one can dictate your behavior. And then when I turned 59, I said, I want to go back to school again. So I did. I got accepted to a PhD program at Michigan State University. And it was an opportunity for me to add my desire of scuba diving with my research on African Americans. I've always done studies on black people, especially about slavery. And when I started studying the Middle Passage, which is that geographical space between West Africa and North America, I discovered that there were 35,000 voyages. And out of that 35,000 voyages, there are 5,000 ships at the bottom of the ocean. And we've only discovered about 20. And one of the reasons for that is because most divers who do underwater marine archaeology look for gold and silver and rubies, but no one was looking for slave ships. And so I started working with an organization called Diving with a Purpose. And I started diving with them. I learned marine archaeology. I learned coral restoration. And I learned how to teach young people like you how to do diving. If you're interested in marine biology or marine archaeology or any kind of underwater conservation, give me a call. I got a hookup. But it takes work. You got to know your math. You cannot mess around with the math when you're underwater because you can drown, but it's doable. Secondly, black people do swim. Get past that myth that black people can't swim. If you look around, you'll start seeing kids come into the background. All these kids are either high school or college students that we're teaching how to do marine archaeology. And why is that? Because we do more than play basketball and football and baseball and entertain. We are scientists. We are inventors. We are scholars. We write books. And we can do it when we're exposed to it. And so you see here that I learned how to dive when I was in college in 1970, but I started doing marine archaeology just a few years ago and was able to put that together to earn my PhD at Michigan State. That's me when I was like 20. Y'all laughing? Remember that the black community is like a body. Everybody in the body has a role. And when you're not doing your job, the body walks with a limp. That's really not me, y'all. I was just kidding. So Carter G. Woodson says this, the second African American to earn a PhD from Harvard. He says, train your mind with the same intensity that you train your body. He says in a book entitled The Miseducation of the Negro that when you control a man's mind, you can control his behavior. When you control a man's mind, you don't have to tell him to sit in the back of the room. He'll go to the back of the room. If there's no door there and you want him to go out, he'll knock the door there because he doesn't realize how important he is. And I want to challenge you by the end of the day to think about your education and your college. And I'm going to throw this in for free. Don't stay away from HBCUs. HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, graduate more black students than PWIs do. If you saw the movie Black Panther, every single one of those stars graduated from an HBCU. Because when you attend a black college, those professors don't see you as a threat. They see you as family. They see you as a legacy. They see you as an inheritance. And they recognize that your success is directly connected to their investment. So here's my challenge. 1, starting today, at least 1 hour a day, shut your phone off. Pick up a book and read it. 1 hour, it's 24 hours in a day. Shut your phone off and read a book. I promise you, if you do it frequently enough, you'll turn further away from the phone and you'll get more towards the books. Now, here's 4 books I recommend that you get. The first one is The Miseducation of the Negro, written in 1903. Probably one of the most profound documents that argues for the education and the undereducation of black people in America. The second one is Alex Haley's autobiography of Malcolm X. Malcolm X wrote an article entitled, How I Learned to Read. And he argued that one of the most important things he ever did in his life was pick up a dictionary because it broadened his vocabulary. And that's one of the reasons why he became such an incredible speaker. The third book is The Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was a former slave who was beaten so brutally that when he decided he was running away, he did. But he learned to read, and he taught himself to read at candlelight. He would take a candle and go into a barn with 1/2 of a page and begin to memorize the words and memorize the letters, and eventually became one of the leading abolitionists of his time. As a matter of fact, some of you may know this, some of you may not. In 1872, the first woman to ever run for president was a woman named Victoria Woodhull. And the person that she selected to be her vice president was Frederick Douglass. And then finally, Booker T. Washington, Up From Slavery. I promise you, if you read these 4 books, they will change your life. They will change the way you see yourself, they will change the way you see education, and they will challenge you to challenge even your circles to see the world differently. God bless you. Are there any questions? We got time, right? 10 minutes? Questions? Yes, sir. Stand up, please.
Yo.
We have another mic. We need 2 mics. We need 2 mics.
Dave Selman, we need another mic.
So one of the books you recommended was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Wouldn't an autobiography of MLK Jr. be better because his methods were a lot more peaceful, and we don't want them to think that we're more violent than we already are, than they think we already are.
Okay, that's a good question. I'm gonna answer it 2 ways. First of all, Martin Luther King owned firearms, so he wasn't as peaceful as people thought he was. Don't misconfuse nonviolence with lack of self-defense. That's the first thing. The second thing is, Martin Luther King graduated from Morehouse at 15 with a bachelor's degree. At 22, he finished his master's degree, and at 26, he finished a PhD. Malcolm X got his PhD in prison. And so we have 2 different ways of arriving at the same thing. I think that what is most important about learning about black men is that we're not the same. And just because Malcolm, as a matter of fact, if you ever study Malcolm, he changed when he came back from Mecca. His idea of white men changed significantly. That is one of the reasons why he was murdered, because he was now shifting to a place where he invited people of all colors and all backgrounds to support the movement of black people. The same thing happened with W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. Du Bois graduates from Harvard, and he thinks that the best way to change the world is to get an education, to be in a boardroom. Booker T. Washington's a nationalist. He says, make your own money, then you have to rely on the white community. So you got 2 different sides of the same coin. I don't think that it's either or, I think it's both and. But I recommend Malcolm because he's much more like us than Martin was. He knows what it's like to not be able to read. He knows what it's like to have his father murdered by the KKK. He knows what it's like to go to prison. And so I think that if you pay attention to him and how he progresses, that he speaks a lot more to where we are than the average person in this room. Other questions?
How you doing, sir? My name is DeAndre Jones. I just wanted to know, as you were growing up as a young black male, what inspired you to want to be great? What was the fire inside that you kept, or the thing that you kept telling yourself in your head that you was gonna make it, or I'm gonna make it through this? Because I'm an entrepreneur, and I know how it is to be a young black male trying to make it in the corporate world. So what was the thing that kept you going as you were making it and rising in society?
As Dr. Rick is about to answer this, Javante, if you can hold your hand up. Anybody else that has questions, he has a mic back there. So if you do have a question, just make your way over to Brother Javante.
I want to answer that in 2 ways. First of all, thank you for your question. The first thing is failure. You know, sometimes you'll try something and it doesn't work. And it doesn't work because it's not what you're supposed to do. You have to figure out at a very early age, why am I on this planet? I learned that I'm here because I'm a teacher. That's what I do. I have never had a job where eventually I did not learn to teach. As a matter of fact, you're an entrepreneur. My wife and I own a firearm safety and training academy that we started. We started a year ago, and it's starting to take off through the roof. And we had our ups and downs, right? But she knew that I'm a teacher. So when she took her CPL class, she came home and she said, babe, you could teach that class better than the guy I took it with. So we looked into it. We did the research, found out what we had to do. We started our company, and we are soaring, right? And so failure is a part of helping to find out where you belong. Because if you don't make mistakes in life, you haven't tried anything new. And the whole purpose of getting through life is finding out that your chapters in life are simply pages that you turn. So when you make a mistake, that's only a page that you turn in your life. It's not the entire chapter. You follow me? So when you fall, just turn the page. Learn what you did wrong or what you could do better, and then move on to the next page. But don't be afraid of failing, because failing is key to success. How many successful doctor's degrees, master's degrees, bachelor's degrees in this room who've never failed? Not a one. Because we all fail. It's a part of it. That's what it means. The Bible says this: a good man falls 7 times, but he doesn't stay down. He gets back up. So it's that desire to recognize that maybe this is not for me right now, but it could be for me later on. And I'm going to keep on pressing until I get to that place where I know I'm comfortable. We got about 5 minutes. Anyone else? Yes.
Is it on? All right. So I got a question for you. Do you think it's hard for us as young black men, that it's like the hardest to live because a lot of people misjudge us with a black man and a nigga, to be honest?
I think that it is very difficult for you on a number of different cases. First of all, you make it difficult for yourself, right? We make decisions that oftentimes turn people away. For instance, not to put down, just an observation, but why should we as black men walk around with our pants hanging down around our butts? You can't go into a job interview like that. I'm just being honest. You can't go into a job interview like that. You can't apply for a job like that. Watch this. Why is it as black men that we use more profanity than we do regular words? I listen to some of our conversations, and every other word is profane. Why is that? So that's one thing. We put ourselves in that position. However, as older men, we have to recognize that that's only a symptom of the pressure of society. And we've got to be able to walk you through the process, but you got to give us the time. You've got to be willing to sit down and listen to those of us who have navigated this process so we can steer you in the right direction. And listen to me very carefully. That does not mean it's going to be easy. Because if it were easy, everyone would do it. There's a reason why there's only 1% of the American population with PhDs. There's a reason why only 3% of the world population have PhDs. Because it's not easy, but it's doable. And what you need is someone in the process who can teach you how to navigate, and we've got to be listening. When I went to graduate school to get my second doctorate, I already had 4 degrees. Most of my professors were 25 years younger than me. But I listened to what they had to say because I wanted to learn. You've got to get to a place where you realize that whether you believe it or not, we do know more than you. We've been there. We've done it. And if you want to be successful, we're willing to give you the tools and to walk with you, but you've got to understand you've got to play your part because it's not going to fall in your lap. A job is not going to walk up to you and say, hey, do you want to work? You have to do it. And if you're willing to do it, there are men in this room who will help you become successful at it. We got time for one more. Yes, sir. Well, one here, come on.
All right, so my question is about education, and you've briefly touched about education and the failure of the education system to the black man. What do you believe that our education system can do to better it for people like us?
First of all, change the curriculum. The curriculum, I teach African American studies, I teach African studies, and all of my textbooks are written by black scholars. Why? Because if you can't see it, you can't be it. The second thing is we need more black men and black women in the classrooms. By the time you get to junior high school and high school, most of the people who have educated you don't look like you. They don't know where you came from. If you ever get an email from me, at the bottom of the tagline it says this: those who won't treat you right won't teach you right. Those who won't treat you right won't teach you right. And if you understand that the educational system in America was not designed for you, and that we have to tug and pull and steal and scrape to get it right, then it don't make sense. But if you assume that the system was designed to make you successful, then you miss the point. For instance, in 1747, Thomas Jefferson passed an edict that says this: if you cannot read in America, you cannot be a citizen. And then the entire South passed laws that prohibited teaching black people how to read. So here's the point. If they keep you from reading, especially reading on your own, then they'll dictate and motivate. And like Malcolm said, how can we expect the enemy, and I use that in quotes, to teach our kids to be successful? That's not the design. We have to do it. We have to be willing to supplement what you're already getting in school. We have to have tutoring programs that help you read better. We have to teach you how to write better, how to conjugate verbs, how to recognize the difference between a noun and a gerund. We have to teach you that because many of you are not getting it in school, and you're not getting it sometimes because you're sitting in the back of the class on your phone. So it's not only the educational system, we've got to take responsibility for our own education as well. My wife will attest to you that I am up every morning at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm reading. No one has to motivate me to do that. No one has to kick me out of bed to do that. I realize that if I don't exercise my mind, it will atrophy. It'll lose its muscle. It will lose its ability to do what it's supposed to do. And so therefore, I have to be self-motivated to be successful. Thank you.